host Summer, and the news for today is 10 people were found pushing a car with a force of 150 newtons. This is it for the news. I am your host Summer, signing off. Cut! I said cut!
Somebody, yeah, that's my Maserati going ham. No salami, that's your chick. If I like it, then I'm straight. Vote garden in a club. Where the bottles at Rosé.
But what is a force? Force is either a push or a pull. Even though we cannot see a force, we know it's real by observing its effects. A force can make a stationary object move, change the direction of a moving object, make a moving object speed up, slow down a moving object, make a moving object stop, and change a shape of an object. But you might be wondering, if when you measure weights, you use kilograms, you measure length, you use meters, what do you use to measure a force? Well, the unit for force is a newton. Here's an example. John is pushing a car with a force of 250 newtons. But before we start, what is this? Well, this thing right here is called a vector. A vector shows the direction of the force and the strength. The longer, the stronger. But there is one force we haven't talked about yet. While the man is pushing on the car is also pushing on him. If it wasn't for this, the car would break. This is called a resultant force. Anyways, back to the example. As we said before, John is pushing the car with 250 newtons of force to the left. So that means the car will be moving 250 newtons to the left. Here's another example of resultant force. In the first picture, two people are pushing on the car. The first person with a force of 150 newtons and the second person with a force of 100 newtons. So, the result of the forces, or resultant force, is 250 newtons to the right. And in the second picture, one person is pushing with a force of 100 newtons to the left and the other one is pushing with a force of 150 newtons to the right. So, the result of the two forces is 50 newtons to the right. I hope you get an idea of what resultant force is now. The next thing we're going to be talking about is air pressure and water pressure. But first, you need to know this. The unit for pressure is pascals, or PA. So, how do you find out how much pressure is on an object? Well, here's the formula. Here's an example. Pretend I was pushing on a wall with 250 newtons of force and the area of the wall is 2 meters squares. How much pressure am I putting on the wall? Well, so you take the force, which is 250, and divide it by the area, which is 2 meters square, and you get, oh gosh, I'm bad at maths. Can you please cut, Mother? pressure is force exerted by air per unit area.
Did you know?
One column of air, as shown in the picture, weighs about 10,000 kilograms. The unit for air pressure is atmosphere. The average air pressure at sea level is 101,325 pascals. Of course, we don't feel it, because we've been feeling it our whole lives. It's usually written as 1,013 millibars, and it is also called 1 atmosphere of pressure. And this is called a barometer. We use barometers to measure air pressure. It's quiz time! The next thing we're going to be talking about is water pressure. This picture right here is a really good example of water pressure. So it's basically about density. Density is mass over volume. Now, take a look at this very bad picture of a fish tank. Why is air on top and rocks at the bottom while the fish are in the middle? Well, that's because of density. You see, each of them have different density. Rocks sink to the bottom because they have a lot of density, and air stays at the top because it is very light. We're gonna talk more about density soon. Have you ever wondered why when you dive deeper and deeper into your swimming pool or into the ocean, your ears hurt and you can't breathe properly? Well, that's because of the water pressure. The deeper you go, the more density the water has, and it's pushing into your ears and it's making your lungs look smaller and smaller until they hurt. So that's why you shouldn't even go diving deep. Like seriously, who does that? Here's an example about density. Let's say you have a fish tank and it weighs, let's say, 1 kilogram. And in that fish tank, you can fill 3,000 milliliters or 3 liters. What is the density? So mass over volume. The mass is 1,000 grams or 1 kilogram, and you divide it by volume, which is 3 liters. So you do the math, I'm too lazy.
Did you know?
The measurement for water pressure is a bar. One bar has a height of 10 meters. Water pressure increases in depth. So that's pretty much all you need to know about force and pressure. If you learned something new, be sure to press that juicy red button with the word subscribe on it and click the bell to get notified when I upload a new video. This is it for today. Thanks for watching. Bye!
We can make a wildfire get away.